Wow. What if I told you a story about an entire family being held at gunpoint in a traffic stop? Well, we found you one right here. I kid you not. Cops hold an entire family, innocent black family, at gunpoint in a traumatic traffic stop. Now, what is it over? Well, you're going to be shocked. Supposedly, it was some stupid Karen that placed a 911 call about a road rage incident and claiming that the father brandished a gun in a road rage fit. But what if I told you the father didn't even have a gun? Yeah. This ain't no fake. I kid you not. Check this out.
An entire innocent black family held at gunpoint.
Yeah.
In this instance, by police. Let's show you.
They have their guns pointed at us. Mom.
Honey, I don't know. I don't know what this is.
Why are they pointing guns at my dad?
Janae, don't cry.
What are they doing? What are they doing? What is going on right now?
I don't know.
I'm sorry, Mom.
Just leave your arms out.
What is
These
going
guys
on?
just pulled us over and we don't know why.
They have my dad over there.
You know, this almost kind of reminds me of the case. Remember Urian and Gonzalez, you know, the Upton police? Yeah. Yeah, they pulled over because somebody made a 911 call claiming that she was brandishing a firearm. And we all know what happened to her. Yeah. Yeah, they cuffed her, and they were so busy looking for a gun, they forgot to look and realize that one of the cruisers was parked in the railroad tracks. And what happened in that squad car was struck, and she ended up winning an $8.5 million settlement. That poor woman will never be the same. Yeah. So, yeah. So people sit there saying, oh, like people that, you know, that thin blue, or that back to blues, or, oh, all cops are good cops, like finding bench warmers. Yeah. Yeah, when you're getting pulled over by cops and putting a gun in your life or death situation, you don't know, like, man, if I make one sudden, if I sneeze, or if I cough, or my hand twitch, or if I'm shaking, I get the shake because I nerve my butt. They might cops might say, oh, I would fear for my life, or officer safety. Officer safety is a bunch of crock of crap, and everybody knows it. Yeah. And cops always talk about that because, you know, all they care about is their fellow partners in blue and going home after their shit. They don't care about you. Hey, look at that. 12 squad cars. I kid you not. 12 of them. 12 of them.
Honey, don't cry. Just wait.
Well, I would tell the mothers, you know, it's easier said than done. You know, come on. When you're in a traumatic, life-altering experience like that, you don't know if you're going to be breathing the next minute. Yeah. I mean, you're stressed at that poor daughter's filming. She's probably having a panic attack. It's perfectly normal when you do it in a high adrenaline situation, 12 squad cars, and you got guns blazing, yeah. You don't know if you can be living the next minute. You don't know if you're going to go home. You don't know if you can waking up to see your next birthday, your next wedding, to see the next Christmas. You don't know. Man, you can blink an eye and boop, you're dead. You're dead. And cops will downplay it. Oh, I fear for my life.
I don't understand.
We are surrounded. The roads are blocked off.
Blocked off.
And he's taking this. Oh my God.
Yeah. Kid you not.
Before I give you the details, I want to make sure you heard it too.
Yeah.
Why are they doing this? Why are they holding
Holding us
the
at
gun at my
gunpoint.
dad? The tears. And then maybe you missed it. Probably not, but just to make sure. Did you hear the mother tell her, hold your arms out? In the midst of grief and a huge wake-up call for perhaps a minor. Make sure you don't make any sudden moves. Getting out of the way of an animal.
Yeah. I mean, this day and age, I mean, come on, there was over a week ago about near Chicago area, he pulled over a wrong car. And one of the cops told the young man, he was coming back from Costco. I have the video, and I want to do that later on and break it down a little bit too. I just haven't had the time. It's so busy. But yeah, I watched that video, and one of the cops claimed like if the man reaches for anything, he's going to shoot him in the head. And the cop said, if I see anything but your hands, I will end you right here, right now. I mean, it's that crazy. You got cops that are so trigger happy, claiming, oh, if you make a sudden move, they'll put you down. Oh, if they see anything but hands, they'll end you. That's crazy. Then they want to double down and talk about officer safety and oh, I was fearing for my life. I thought he was reaching for something. Yeah, what was he reaching for? His wallet or his phone or the car door to get himself out of the car.
Ambulance is what the family, according to them, thought was going on here. TikToker Mrs. Robinson shared harrowing footage of a recent encounter with Fond du Lac, Wisconsin police. She said it was prompted by a 911 call from a random motorist claiming her father brandished a gun at an intersection in a fit of road rage. Her father, Herbert Haywood Sr., is briefly seen outside the car being questioned by police. 12 officers had responded to the scene. 12. From the back seat, the daughter explains that her father had pulled over to the side of the road thinking an ambulance was behind them trying to pass. Instead, they found themselves surrounded by police, including the SWAT unit.
Wow, SWAT unit.
Fortunately, no one died in the Wisconsin incident, which occurred December 5th. The video posted the following day. At Mrs. Robinson writes in the caption, just because nobody died doesn't make it less wrong.
This isn't over whatsoever. Exactly. Yeah, they might get a home. They might live to see Christmas or in 2025. But you know damn well, that experience, especially being held by a SWAT team, he swatted over a stupid anonymous 911 call claiming someone brandished a firearm. You know that experience is going to change them for the rest of their lives. You know it's going to change to the point where they are never going to trust law enforcement ever again.
In the second video, she's now alone in the car with her baby. Her mother, summoned outside the vehicle to talk, can be heard engaging in an animated conversation with officers.
What?
Why are they handcuffing
the mom?
now?
What the F?
What's happening? She said, crying. I'm so scared. Officers eventually ask her to exit the vehicle. She does reluctantly, holding her baby in her arms.
Wow.
Police do a quick body search and escort her into the back of a squad car. Lana Blackstar filling in.
So they basically just detained the whole family. The whole family.
Second follow-up video, Mrs. Robinson's sister can be heard telling police she is there to pick up the baby. Why do you have my mom and dad in the back of your car, the sister says. What is wrong with y'all? This is why people don't trust y'all.
Yeah, exactly. Call you for nothing.
Eventually released along with her parents. No arrests were made. Probably because they didn't do anything wrong.
They did nothing wrong.
I'm waiting for what they did wrong here. There's an allegation. I'm waiting for more. In an update posted December 10th, Mrs. Robinson said an outside...
Yeah, it's kind of like about the cops when they pulled over the guy who's coming home from Costco like that. And the one cop tried to double down and say, oh, this is the right car. And I said, no, look at it. It's the wrong car. Wrong plate. Wrong plate. And the one car is like, oh, fail. Yeah, kind of like this. Give me a second. Yeah, like I said, when that one cop was feeling like that, I bet after that incident happened to that family, their cops were thinking like, oh, man, we need to make a rest. Yeah. Ain't that a shock?
Side source told her a person who she alleges was tailgating the family in a pickup truck called police to report a road rage incident. He claimed the father had gotten out of his vehicle at a nearby intersection brandishing a gun, which the daughter denied. Was that swatting? I'm mad at you because you're going too slow, perhaps? I don't know. That's not yet in the reporting. I'm telling you, as someone who observes, what the heck?
There's a huge difference between someone flipping somebody off in a road rage and then brandishing a gun. Huge difference.
What happened here? Could that be a possibility? I don't know. Fond du Lac police confirmed through an open records request that the source was correct, that Haywood Sr. was accused of stopping his orange Kia Sorento, pulling out a handgun. After spotting the vehicle matching the description that was called to 911, police performed a high-risk stop, securing all possible avenues for a getaway. Haywood Sr. had his gun in his holster and informed police there was another gun in the vehicle. It was found in his wife's purse, which would seem to explain why she was pulled from the vehicle in question. Fond du Lac police ended the investigation once they discovered the department had a potential conflict of interest with the occupants of the vehicle, presumably the Haywoods. Case was turned over to North Fond du Lac police, which I don't know what the conflict of interest was in this case, but
yeah.
So you turned it over to your buddies up north. I mean, okay, but I'm getting into the weeds. That's not part of this thing. I'm somewhat torn here yet. We get a call, a detailed call, it sounds like, comes into 911 talking about a road rage incident.
Yeah, the call treated like a high-risk call.
Kia Sorento
yeah.
is brandishing a gun. We have to be careful here. We find a orange Kia Sorento. I don't know what happened here. That's why I guessed, again, this is not in the reporting, that perhaps someone got angry at maneuvers that were, it could just be somebody's going too slow and they did what's called swatting or something, a form of it. Let me call the police and get these people in trouble and handled here. I don't know, but this is bizarre.
What I think is fun, crazy, you got some people in this day and they think it's fun for other people to get swatted, or hey, it's fun to swat people. No, it's not funny, because it's life-changing, altering like that. I mean, people tell you, say, yeah, I've been swatted, it's no fun. It scares the crap out of you.
Sure.
That's why I talk about someone in the President and Puppy Mill. They're talking about, it'd be fun to see them get swatted. It'd be fun if they kicked the door in, and hold guns in a blaze like that.
Very dangerous. Anytime there's an interaction with Black and brown people and the police, we're at risk. What are your observations?
Yeah, I mean, like, you can hear the trauma in their voices, right? These people are going to remember this incident for the rest of their lives. This is going to affect the ways in which they live their lives, the ways in which they interact within their community. And it's just going to be a quick headline for us. It's just going to be a blip in the media. We're covering it here on this show, but it's not going to get a whole ton of press besides this. But tomorrow we'll probably have another story just like it to cover on this show, and we'll move on from this one. But the people involved in this, they will never be over this incident. They'll never get over this. They'll live in fear of something like this happening again. They're going to have incredible distrust of law enforcement if they didn't already. They will feel helpless, as if there's no one of any kind with any.
This family, like members of this family, every time they see a squad car, they're going to probably looking like, oh my God, are they going to turn around? They're going to pull a gun on me? Are they going to harass me? Are they going to detain me or are they going to lie to make up charges to arrest me? I mean, that's what it comes down to. People are like that. That's why people are talking about when you see a cop car, they're looking like, oh man, they're going to come mess with me. And the cops want to complain like, oh, you're looking at my squad car. You're looking at it, looking back, kept looking back. Like, yeah, because I don't know if you're going to light me up or pull a gun on me, dipshit. Come on. Remember that Maryland dude that was walking down the street? And guess what? The cops are harassing him like that. The guy was asking questions like what reasonable suspicion of a crime he expected to committed besides walking down the street at 1 o'clock in the morning. And you know what the cops end up doing? They end up arresting that guy. Yeah, for disorderly conduct. And he wasn't being disorderly. He was asking questions. He said, and the guy would just simply say, I've committed no crime, none at all. I'm walking down the street.
Any kind of competence or empathy on their side. And really, they don't seem to have anyone with any kind of competence or empathy on their side. And that's exactly what the people who perpetuate incidents like this, and I'm including the cops in this, want certain groups of people, certain people with certain backgrounds to feel. They want certain groups of people to feel unsafe and unwelcome in their communities. They're not very smart. I don't know what they want or expect to happen. I doubt that they've really thought deeply about their own, whether it's racism or any other kind of prejudice. I doubt that they've thought about the realities of the world that they think they want to live in. But one thing I will say is I love how this girl said to the cops, this is why people don't like y'all. This is why people think that you're incompetent. This is why people don't respect you guys, because you do things like this. How are you going to act like this and still expect to command respect from people? You're not going.
Yeah, just like that one guy, remember he got stopped with his wife in Adair, Oklahoma. I mean, he got unlawfully arrested twice. First time in disorderly conduct, and second time the cop made up say he made a terroristic threat and say he was going to charge him with a felony, and the cop couldn't do that. And the guy said, have a nice day. I said, you know what? You are the reason why, cause you are one of the reasons why cops get hurt or killed daily. Yeah, because cops get reckless. Cops want to do contempt of cop like that. And when you stand to a cop and you stand up to their stupid, fragile ego and knowing that you have rights and they get butt hurt, yeah, they get revenge and retaliate. Like that one cop. One time I was watching Sam King Davis video. I mean, when that guy kept smacking around, I mean, that was satisfying. But the cop remembered that, so he retaliate. That's what cops do. When you smack them around, getting the satisfaction of beating down when they're a little fragile egos, and they're crying on the sideline like, "Oh, you hurt my feelings, so I have to arrest you. I'm gonna trump that 5 charges on you, including felonies." I mean, that's what cops do.
The people are going to say something, and they don't like you.
I'm with Mrs. Robinson in this regard.
Yeah.
Because more has to be known here, including about the caller.
Yeah.
This is not over.
And this is a problem, too, when they get these callers like that. They remain anonymous.
It's not over.
The cops,
but I agree with you.
They don't research like who to
people
call
in this country, if they were allowed to learn anything about Jim Crow and show me your papers, your ex-slave papers. Because that was a long time ago, Sharon.
You know, and that's the thing these day and age. People have the right to be in possession of their personal, property, papers, and effects. Nobody should have their Fourth Amendment rights be violated. Like cops going through like that, just like that. That's an illegal search and seizure. Like that. Remember the one spot where the woman's holding the baby, like they did try to do a pat. No, they didn't frisk like that, but still, that's borderline Fourth Amendment violation right there.
But you need to understand something, or at least try to, that for many black and brown people, others,
minors, melanated people.
How you make us feel. It's what else you're doing, just because it's not on the books anymore. And in some cases, we could argue about that.
And something like Jim Crow too, it wasn't that long ago, right? It was just like maybe 1 or 2 generations ago. And even that things operate cyclically, right? We talk about World War II and the Nazis and things like that. We say that was so long ago, but it's back, right? Because 100 years really isn't enough time for something to really go away. Even if something does go away, human nature is such that things will rise back up again, right? It'll enter.
If you let it.
And I think it's also funny too. Like we talk about like what happened like World War I and II, like when Hitler and the Nazis and 30s and 40s like that. Back in the old days when blacks and whites and other minorities and melanated people were segregated to their own race back in the day, like Martin Luther King and Rosa Parks like that. Then you got people like Philemon who wants to talk about, we need to go back to the good old days, like the Joan Cleaver, the Susie Homemaker, like the 50s kind of time. Talk about, we need to keep these minorities, we need to keep these other people in check, put them in check. And he talks about, our country was funded by the white people. He always talked about. Then he doubles down and said, "I'm not racist." Well, I'll say, Philemon, you talk about it. You talk about how you want to go back. You don't say we're moving forward. This is 2025. We don't need to go back to 1950s or worse than the Nazi Germany back in days, or where people have no rights as well.
Again, and they're going to get support for this ideology, and at the time it will feel fresh. It will feel like, this person's really saying something that has never been said before, but it has been said before. None of us are original in our thoughts, in our actions. No one is an original. Someone before us has done it, thought it, said it before, right? Everything we do is cyclical. These patterns repeat. All you can hope is that whenever the pattern does begin to repeat, that you call it out and prevent the absolute worst from happening, because you can learn from history. But as we're seeing right now, it's very difficult when you do call something out for anyone to actually take it seriously. So even not to get too off topic, but you have this whole thing with Elon Musk making a gesture.
I was just thinking about him.
We're just having this conversation about whether or not he did a thing or not, right? We can't even get to the point of, okay, what do we do now that it has happened? We can't even get to that conversation because we're still debating whether or not he did what he obviously did, So it's very backwards. And this is a problem that happens in civilized societies too, because we're so intellectually minded. We're so advanced in our thinking and in our operations that, we have to do our due diligence. We have to have these hard conversations first because, we have to flex our intellectual muscles. We're not even the smartest country in the world, right? Like we know that. We're not even that smart. So what are we doing? Why are we talking? Other countries have stamped out other things at the mere mention of it, and we are just letting things escalate and perpetuate in this country that really shouldn't have any kind of soil to do so. We shouldn't be letting these things grow in our country.
Well, you may hate me for it. We're going to go to break, but in the break, I'm going to try to find 2 phone numbers for you because I'd like you to reach out to 2 people. Elon Musk, if you could tell him he's not original. And if you could tell the current occupant of 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue that you're not the smartest person in the room, the country,
I'll let
the
him
world.
know.
Okay? I'm going to get those numbers for you.
Yeah.
Dial star 67 first to block your number.
Star 67.
I'm worried.
Yeah.
That's old school. Yeah.
That's old school. Yeah, I'm sure
Old
there's other
school.
ways to do it. You
Yeah,
see how old I
right.
am? I date myself. I need my
I mean,
sister.
I got the reference, so.
That's right.
Yeah. All right, I'm out of here, my Joe. Peace out.